Unique dance kadige, go bobo. Oga to soro, go bobo. Money bam badige, go bobo. You bless me follow, go bobo. Oya give them soko, give them soko. I say give them soko.
Over time, a lot of people have actually lost the flair for taking pictures. Maybe I should say professional pictures. One that is taken maybe from a studio or by a professional photographer. And so looking at these, I asked some questions and some people tell me that maybe it's because of the advent of mobile phones, you see smartphones all around, and then it's just a matter of putting in your camera, and even though you're a professional photographer, you give yourself a good shot. And after all, that's the essence of taking pictures. But then some people still argue that the touch of a professional is something that gives it a difference. Now let's talk about it. Let's look at an instance of photography. What's even the essence of taking pictures in the first instance? Is it just about capturing memories or capturing the beauties that come with those memories? These I will be discussing with so much more that comprises or that entails photography. That is why I have actually said on the warm-up segment today, I will be talking on a topic entitled The Principles of Beautiful Photography. What makes a work of photography beautiful? And what are the things that a photographer must do to make his work exceptional? With me in the studio to discuss this is a veteran photographer himself, one no other than Abey Ojo. Welcome on the program.
Thank you very much.
Let's look at the word photography. When someone mentions photography anywhere, being a photographer yourself, what comes into mind?
First thing that comes to my mind when I hear about photography is creativity. It's beyond capturing memories, it's beyond capturing beauty, but it's probably the way you relate. For me, photography is an art, it's a way of life. Because most people these days, all they think is about photography is probably photography just has to do with snap, capture, but then it's beyond all that. These days, photography is more like life, it's art, because there's virtually different things we do with photographs now.
So some of those things we do with photography that makes photography like life, what are they?
Life. First and foremost is memory, documentation. Recently, for you to have any archive, any documentary, the first thing you consider is a photographer. If you want a detailed documentary or something, is you probably need a photographer. And there's a saying that said, once you don't have anything to say, the only thing that you can do is to capture. So once you're imagining things, then you're taking photographs.
No, so somebody told me that a photographer can actually take one picture and give varieties of meaning to it. That's in one picture there are different stories attached to it. Is that true?
Yes, that's where perception comes in.
Okay.
Because in photography, three things are involved. We said, let's say photography, the person that is taking the picture, which is the photographer, the subject, and the camera.
So the subject is the person that's
the subject is the image that we actually want to capture. So giving meanings to photography is based on what I want. I might have different perception, you might have different perception. I might just take pictures of black and white. You might just see that the normal pictures of black and white. But then I have different meaning for that. I might just take that this black and white you're seeing, I'm trying to talk about the archaeological period. I'm not trying to look about the ages. But you as a person, you might just be seeing the beauty of the picture. Okay, this is sharp, this is clear. But me, I'm not seeing the sharpness or the clarity there. I'm talking about the feelings that comes with it. Because when you are taking pictures, it comes with imagination. When you look through your viewfinder, the first thing that comes to your mind is what you are seeing. So what you are seeing, it begins to send a lot of signal. Okay, you are seeing this person. What does it mean? Stabilizing this person at this point. This person is in a stationary point that cannot move. What does it read to you? At that point, you can even get inspiration that, man, there are times in life that you have to pause. And when you pause, you see that is where you begin to see the beauty part of life. Because at that moment, that person is very stable and you're capturing that person. What you're actually seeing in that person is just the beauty. Beginning to imagine things. If this person can be like this in the next 5 hours, what will happen? If I begin to look through this person, if I zoom in, zoom out, am I still seeing the same person? Is this going to change? So photography is more than what you can actually think of.
So now, if photography is so exceptional and something that's attached to life very much, then you say it's an art.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is it that differentiates photography from a normal artwork?
Normal artwork. The only difference between a work of art, because for me, one of the principles of being a photographer is that you must be good in art. But then, because it is not possible for everybody to know how to draw, yes, then they came up with equipment. So that is basically the principles. Those are the principles, which is the camera. Because now, then you are using pen, I'm using lights, I'm capturing lights. There's what they call sensor. I'm sending light, I'm receiving signal. The signal I'm receiving back is what they call the image. So the only difference between we both is that you are using pen
and I'm using the machine.
I'm using machine.
Okay, now.
But that doesn't mean it's not an act. It's still an art in the sense that it comes with imagination.
Yes.
I don't just capture.
Okay, now let's take photography out of a professional point of view. Okay. Let's take it to every individual. Every individual that goes to a studio to take a picture has its own intention. Let's keep feeling the side. Let's keep the photographer's imagination aside now. A lot of people actually told me that since I have a smartphone, and the essence of me going to a studio to take pictures is to see myself in the picture. And so what's the essence of me going into the studio after all if I can actually do some magic with my smartphone?
With your smartphone.
Well, so what is it that sets the professional photographer apart from the normal digital camera?
A lot. One thing, with the rate at which innovations about phones is really coming, people are started comparing cameras and phone camera with probably a professional camera, but there's highly different. There's something as a photographer when you take your pictures that I will see, but you might not see. And there's one thing that most people don't know. When you take pictures with your phone, you can only display it on your phone. If you can get a 3D object or probably a bigger TV, put it on it and display it, let's see, you get a blurring image.
Really?
Yes. And then when you're talking about photo, it's actually not about studio pictures. These days, people don't do more studio pictures. I know people that just do documentaries. I know people that do products. That is what they shoot. And it doesn't. Those are things that you cannot do with your phone. There are some three-dimensional things that you can do by normal professional camera that you cannot do with your phone. Talking about depth of field, there's no how good your phone is that can give you depth of field. So it's just an amateur saying a phone camera and a professional photographer. There's mostly no difference. Because when you're talking, like the topic said, the principle. If I start giving you principles of good photography, then you know that probably there's nothing you can find in the phone, in the camera phone.
Before we come to the principles of good photography, I would like to ask you this very simple one. To be a wildlife photographer and a fashion photographer, which would you prefer?
To be a
wildlife photographer and a fashion photographer.
Everything in this life comes with passion. Okay. Comes with passion. But for me, I'll go into fashion.
Fashion photographer.
Fashion photographer.
Everybody's got their own different opinion. But before we continue with the interview, I would like us to go with the vibes from the street in that an exceptional one. Insha, the one box segment. Coming back live after this into the studio. 3 million naira and a university education, which will you go for?
I would like to go university.
3 million naira.
Because of the recession, I go for 3 million naira.
3 million naira, that one for sure now.
University education.
I would rather go for university.
I'll go for 3 million because without money you can't go to school. Most Igbo guys that has money today, they are not educated.
We go, shine.
Talking about photography and the act of taking pictures, the love for the pictures you take, in how well you let the pictures capture your moments and memories. We're here again to find out how existent are these habits. Taking pictures. Wow, do Nigerians still love taking pictures, or this fact is just something that's going into extinct? I'm with one young man right now. So what's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Joshua. For me, to take picture is a very nice one.
So do you like taking pictures?
Yeah, I like taking pictures.
So when last did you go to the studio at least to take one shot of yourself?
Yeah, it has been long that I went. Yeah, that
so
I went
how do you take your pictures?
Yeah, if I wanted to take my picture, I went to the studio and take my pictures.
So what advice do you have for those who don't like taking pictures?
Yeah, those advice that I have for those people that they are not taking picture, I think they should sit down and take. Well, the picture is very good.
We go, shine.
What's your name? Mr. Wisdom. Oh, Mr. Wisdom. Yeah. Do you like taking pictures?
Of course I do.
When last did you actually take a picture?
Even today.
Even today?
Yeah.
So do you like taking pictures on your phone, or you prefer to go to a studio to actually take a picture?
Presently now, I don't even remember when last I went to the studio.
Some people have actually said taking pictures in the studio is something that can't be beaten by any phone or any smartphone you have. What do you say about this one?
It is true, but don't forget that after taking it in the studio, it is still the same format that you used to keep it. Because keeping the hard copy, sometimes it might get spoiled. Sometimes you might even misplace it. But if you have the soft copy, you can have it in your email. In fact, I even see uploading your pictures on social media as saving it as well.
We go, shine.
Still in the love of taking pictures and keeping the habit alive for the pictures you take and how well you allow those pictures capture the moments in your beautiful life. I am with another amazing personality. One young man who's going to tell me if he loves taking pictures and why he does so. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
My name is Oyewole Peter.
Alright, Mr. Oyewole, do you love taking pictures?
Yes, I love to take pictures.
So why do you like pictures?
Because picture is a kind of image that give people the sense of how you look like even in your absence. When you're not there, your picture represents your image.
Oh, right. Now let's talk about those who don't like taking pictures. Those who are not in the habit at all of taking pictures, who do not even mind the fact that pictures help keeping memories alive. What do you have for them?
We advise them to take pictures because pictures serve as a memory for people that don't know you, and it serves as a future image for people that are upcoming. Now, for those that don't love taking pictures, some of them feel they are not photogenic because they believe, so many people believe that if I take picture, the picture will not bring out my real image. But I must tell you that now the way the world is going digital, no matter how you stand in the picture, that is how you appear, and they can even edit it and give you the better background that you want.
All right, talking about that, he said, as you post, now so you go show. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We gon' shine.
Being an awesome time, and that was the vibes from the street. People with different opinion on why they take pictures, and then what is the essence of even taking pictures. Everybody's got their own different choices, and then one man's food is another man's poison, so they say. Coming back to the studio right now, I have with me Abey Ojo. Mr. Abey Ojo. Now let's take a look at the principles of good photography or beautiful photography. What are the things that must be put in place to make it work out?
Firstly, I think the first thing that should be put in place is find that passion in you. There should be passion that, yes, because you might just be a photographer, but if you don't have that passion, that tenacity to give the best will not come naturally. But when you have the passion, you don't see that stress bringing out the best in people. So for me, I would say firstly is the passion. So once you have the passion, I think imagination. Then when we're talking about imagination, that should come with your brain. You should be able to think. Creative mindset, exactly. You should be able to think wide, take different angles, because once you're holding the camera, the only thing that is working in your body is just your eyes. So once your eyes is in your viewfinder, you start thinking, what am I going to do? What is the best? So at that moment, you need your brain. There's what they call mental map. You have to have that mental map, but this is what I want to do. This is not something you probably have written somewhere. It's just something that you just have to have at the back of your mind that, yes, you should have this, your mental map should be as high as anything. So whenever you are trying to shoot, you shoot something that, you will definitely shoot something that comes with, probably that has enough details. Then when you're talking about, let's say, brain, the mindset, then first thing most people look at in pictures is the brightness, the sharpness. So you as a photographer, the first thing that should come to your mind for you to get a great picture or a beautiful picture is how to achieve that bright pictures, a picture that has the right quality, exposure, everything is balanced, not a picture that looks stand. And then, so once you know that you need to work on your exposure, then you know that you have to have a proper light setup, then probably a good camera. That one is another thing. A good camera that comes with a good lens. With that, you are still on point. Then probably another principle I will just add to it is try to have in mind feedback. Try to imagine people feedback. If I'm not the one taking these pictures, if someone is taking me this picture, how do I want the picture to be like? How do I want it to look like? So at that point in time, you are putting yourself you are seeing yourself as a client. So you know what you actually want. So at that point, you'll be able to deliver.
You'll be able to read the client's mind.
The client, exactly. Be able to read the client mind.
Okay, now let's take a look at black and white photography. I've actually seen a revolutionary charge of the black and white. A lot of photographers actually tell me that sometimes they even prefer to shoot a picture in black and white because they're able to connect with the emotions in the picture and the feelings they want to give out. So now, black and white photography has actually been something that's been on from time, even before the advent of digital cameras that gave us the color resolution. So now, if we're taking a look back at a black and white camera, does it mean that we're actually saying the new technology that's giving us the color mixture and all of that is not actually so efficient, so we still need to go back in time and capture the past?
Well, it's not about specialization, but I get what you're saying. When you're talking about black and white, when you take pictures in black and white, then you're not taking pictures again. You're taking people's emotion, because a normal person seeing a black and white pictures will only see the picture quality, but you as a photographer, you are seeing every depth about that person, because you're displaying a picture of how the person should be. This is the real person. This is how we are meant to be. And especially in this part of the country that we are Africa, black and white means a lot of things to us. So, because when you look at the black and white picture, it comes to like you are seeing that person real. You are seeing the naturality in that person. So at that point in time, it's not as if the recent development It's not like not as if people didn't embrace it. Well, they embrace it, but there are some people that just feel they just want to see people the way they are. They want to stabilize people and see how the reaction will be. They want to imagine people in different form, and the only way to see people naturally is to see them in black and white format. So that's why even till today, despite the advance in technology, there are people that just specialize it. They don't take colored pictures. All they do is black and white.
Now, closing up the program, what are your words here for that photographer there who is actually maybe does not understand the principles of beautiful photography, and then the normal person out there, that the average Nigerian, who actually has lost the flair for taking pictures already and doesn't even embrace it. They say, oh yeah, let's go and take pictures. What's the essence? What was your part?
It is only, let me say, it's only a layman or somebody that doesn't think that will said taking pictures is probably waste of time, because there are things that there's a way you will be feeling now. I might just be feeling sad and take my camera like, just take a picture. I have that memory, I have that record that this is at some point in time. There will be a time that you just look through, and you say, this was me when I was like this, and this was me when I'm like this. So when you're thinking about picture, the first thing that should come to your mind is not about just for you to beautify yourself, but it's for you to just go and record your happiness, just go and record your mood at that particular time. If probably we are meant to go and hang out today, and somebody say, let's just go and take a picture. We are not going there to take a picture, a beautiful picture, but we are going there to record the emotions we had that day. The memory that comes with it that day. So for me, for any layman that doesn't see pictures as probably reality or just see it as something fun, then you're on the wrong track. At least you take pictures not just for beauty but for documentation and for memories. So
okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Abey. It's been an awesome time with you in the studio.
So
you heard it all. Photography is an art and it's life itself. If you do not like taking pictures, then someone told me that you're liking to a ghost.
Yes.
Wow, been an awesome time with Mr. Abey in the studio. And then let's move over now to the Witty Plus segment. After that, we will come back with the Amazing TS segment. Don't go anywhere, it's the program Shine, and I am Lukman Adelaki.